Hello? There it is. Okay. I hope my mic sounds okay. It is way up on my neck right now. Um, because for once I am wearing a mock neck turtleneck. So, I bought this months ago. This little number. But it just has not been, well, it has been cold enough to wear this, but I I just have been not really wanting to dress up until today or this week. Really, this week I just kind of wanted to dress up a little bit more. So thank you. I appreciate it. I really like the floofy, very like princessy vibes to this. and and it is so incredibly soft. This thing is so soft. So I really dislike knitted sweaters that are kind of scratchy. But this one is really heavy, really thick, and very soft. So kind of fell in love with it. But yeah, let me know if my mic sounds okay or not. Um, I think I will try not to shout too much because the microphone is closer to my mouth. Oh, yeah, no itchies. But anyway, I want to say a proper hello to everyone. Hello, Deanna. Hello, Beth. Hey, Alden, Susie. How are y'all doing today? Sounds okay to you. Good. I'm glad. So I'm very happy to report that I finished editing the highlight from the stream on Tuesday. This is probably the fastest and most reasonable time frame. And I'll explain that in a little bit, that I have ever completed a full review. So the review did not end up being 10 minutes. It ended up being almost 25 minutes, which is the length of most of my reviews. Most of my reviews fall between 20 to 25 minutes. There was just nothing I could really cut extra from the review portion. So as it turns out, one, it is much easier to edit a stream where I already have the drawings are done. I don't have to do extra drawings in post. And really the only things I have to do in post is cutting unnecessary footage and putting little subtitles or blowing up people's comments so people can see what comments I'm reading out. That type of thing. Slight clarification things. That's all I really have to put in there. And I only like super edit the intro. The intro is like super edited because it's kind of like a little bit of an overview of what you can expect in the video. So one, I don't think I ever realized how much easier it is to edit a review that is from a live stream. I never realized how much easier it is than, doing everything in post. Two, in terms of the reasonable time frame I'm talking about, I don't know if you guys know, but in the past, I used to edit the Flute Center review streams straight into the night. Routinely, I would start filming at around 3 or 4 p.m. and then I would edit all the way until 4 a.m. So, and that doesn't include all of the like social media posts and stuff like that, and et cetera, et cetera. So just the filming and the editing sometimes would take longer because sometimes I would actually start filming at around 2 p.m. So it was anywhere from I would say 12 to 15 hours would be how long it would take to do a full review because there's so much to do in post. And I was a chronic procrastinator. So I always left everything to the very end. This time around, we took about 3 hours to do the review. And not only that, it actually wasn't a full 3 hours because I took a couple breaks to put the chicken in the oven. And there was kind of like about a half hour that I just spent hanging out with you guys in the beginning. And then lost my train of thought for a second there. My goodness. But so the we spent about 3 hours doing the stream. And then yesterday I spent, I want to say, about 3 hours doing the rough draft edit. And then today was actually less than 3 hours. So it was more like, I want to say 2-ish hours, a little more than 2 hours, just doing the final edits. And then it had to render. It took about 20-25 minutes to render. So it's just 20-25 minutes of waiting time. So in total, the amount of hours that I have spent doing this is less than before, but I still think that the product is pretty darn good. So reasonable. I can still go out to dinner with John. We have plans to go out to dinner tonight. I can still go out with John. I'm going to sleep at a reasonable hour. I am waking up at a reasonable hour. I'm not doing this waiting till the very end. I even made a thumbnail already. Who am I? So while I go out tonight, I will be uploading the footage so that my channel members will have their 24-hour early access tomorrow morning. So I'm planning for it to go live somewhere between 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific. Kind of depends on when I get to my desk. So it'll be around 9 or 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow that channel members will be able to watch the review first, and then it will go public Saturday morning. Yeah. So, that is my personal triumph and success this week. I am feeling so good. I feel productive. I feel creative. I feel like I'm really coming back into my own. So I'm super happy. Hello, Saturday night. Hello, Midnight Alan. How are y'all? So anyway, I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with myself. I feel like I'm going to go to tonight's dinner, just feeling like, boss lady, Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I am just feeling like on top of the world right now. Feeling so good. So, am I still tired though? Yes. I haven't 100%, I think, recovered from the loss of sleep over the last couple of weeks. So you guys in the chat know what's been happening. But for anyone who's watching this who has not caught up, my husband is going through another flare of topical steroid withdrawal, and we lose a lot of sleep when he flares. So, I ain't no young spry anymore. So I can't bounce back from losing sleep as fast as I used to in my 20s. See, this is why in my 20s, when I was doing the Flute Center reviews, I could edit until 4 in the morning. Because like I would basically maybe get just like a few hours of sleep, teach a little bit, and then maybe nap the next day. Ridiculous. It's so stupid. You telling me to hush? But seriously, I am no young spry anymore. I cannot do the all-nighter anymore. I used to be able to do the edit until 4 a.m. and don't actually get into bed until 4:30 or 4:45 a.m. I used to do it routinely. Most of those reviews that you guys saw were edited in the freaking middle of the night. I was one of those content creators that just edits straight through the middle of the night. I do not do that anymore because I can't. Yes. Welcome to the dark and decrepit world. Exactly. That's kind of like, so I've really had to adjust my my work hours and make sure my work ethic is, you know, like present, happening. Um Clearly in the last couple of years, I didn't have the energy for this type of work ethic. It's just too much going on. Life was exploding. So, but I'm at a good place now. Life is starting to get a little boring, which means that I can be more creative. I can get my work ethic going. I can keep my work ethic up. So, yeah, I'm in a great place right now. I'm just a little tired and need to continue catching up on sleep. So, with that in mind, I think for today's practice stream, I would like to still focus on just having fun, just having a good time. If I get anything done, that is the cherry on the top. That is just extra. So, taps, canes, wood, bat. Cheers. Oh, you guys are amazing. Okay, so let's switch over to here. Aren't you guys proud of me? I like these days I actually get all this like prepared before I stream. Who am I? All right, here we go. So, one thing I did not prepare though, I just saw this like 10 minutes ago that I totally forgot to recharge my foot pedal. So that is going to be a later thing that I have to do. Too bad. So sad. So there's going to be a little bit of scuff scrolling right now for this whole stream. So just want to let you guys know. Okay. Boss Joe. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Shall we? Let me rinse out my mouth a little bit more. I did rinse out my mouth already, but I had Earl Grey tea while I was editing, and I kind of feel like it's still in my mouth. So let me rinse it out a little bit more. I really want to get more sweaters like this. I freaking love this. Man, I like feel like such a boss right now. Okay, let's do some harmonics. Okay, start the timer. All right. Okay. I'm thinking that for today, my high F sharp to A are probably going to be a little bit stubborn. So I just need to really make sure sticking my lip out and I am resonating them like pretty much that on that ridge behind my front teeth. That's where I'm feeling it on this particular flute. So, which is basically where I feel it on my Nagahara Mini. And I just spent the last many hours editing. that section where I talked about it. Okay, so we are gonna move on to Della Sonorite, page 18, number 21. For those of you who are joining for the first time or watching this for the first time as a VOD, these are interval leaps. We take a bass note and we jump to every other note in our range. For this particular one, our bass note is low G. And we are first, there are 4 articulations that we need to do. So we're doing the first one today and the second one. The first one is tonguing, everything tongued. So, Deanna, you were fighting the flute today. So after about 10 minutes, you walked away from it. I feel it. I totally feel it. I completely agree. Sometimes you just have to do that. I would say that there is no need for you guys to do what I do, which is struggle through it. I have a personal goal to continuously learn what my quirks are on a bad day. Now, why would I need to know that is because I do this for my job. So since I do this for my job, it is very important for me to be able to manipulate how I sound despite how I feel, because I need to have that reliability. This is actually one of the 3 things that my professors told me when I was just starting to graduate from my bachelor's. I took 3 professors out for lunch, and I asked them separately, what do I need in order to make it in the real world? And they told me that you only need 3 things. You need to be competent, and they're like, you're already competent. You'll be able to join in pretty much any project that you want to join in. You need to be reliable, and you need to be friendly. And that's all you need. Those are the only 3 things you need. So part of me like learning my quirks on a bad tone day is because I want to be very reliable. Now, if you're doing this for a hobby, you're doing this for yourself, you're not doing this for anyone else, honey, you don't have to be reliable. Who cares? Okay? You're doing this for fun. If this is not giving you fun that particular day, then don't do it. You know, like you don't have to do the things that professionals do to themselves. Okay. It's just, I do have a sort of, I take a bit of masochistic joy in figuring out my quirks on a bad day. Right. Yeah. So Beth, today you're very productive. Figured out that you need to keep your chin down to get a good consistent tone. I wonder if you're like overdoing it, putting your chin too high. That's interesting. Yes, yes, yes. You can go both ways. So just make sure that as you adjust yourself, that you don't pendulum too hard and like put your chin all the way down like that, because you don't want to do that either. You guys have probably seen me do this every time I learn a new skill. I tend to pendulum a little bit too hard. So just catch yourself when you pendulum. It's almost going to be something that you have to like expect that you're going to pendulum really hard. Okay. And then pull yourself back. So as long as you expect that, then it won't take you by surprise. Oh, there you go. You're wearing bifocals. So you're going like this. Get it. I get it. Yes, yes, yes. So just make sure you don't or when, like, it's not make sure you don't overcompensate. It's when you overcompensate, because that's part of the learning process. When you overcompensate, just make sure you catch yourself and then you like put yourself back in like a good kind of like neutral position. So yeah, Deanna, don't berate yourself. You're doing this for fun, okay? You're doing this for the joy of it. You're doing this because flute is fun, music is fun, okay? So if it's not giving you fun that day, just stop. You don't have to do what I do, okay? Okay, let's do some Della Sonorite. high notes, I'm really starting to understand the feeling of sticking your lip out while resonating high. It reminds me of what Nicholas Flute was saying. Nicholas Flute also goes by Just Another Flute Player. Here, or Just Another Flute Guy, Just Another Flute Player, Just Another Flute Guy, Just Another Flute Guy, here in YouTube. And he was mentioning that one thing that really helps get your high notes out is to really like keep your mouth very open. And that really does corroborate with what I'm feeling on my flute, which is that the space where it resonates in the mouth gets higher and higher and slightly further back. So it will make you feel like, and especially because you have to stick your lip out too, it really makes you feel like you're going like that. Like lower lip coming out, but like super like tall up there. So what I think is happening right now is that I'm getting used to that feeling, but it's really hard to go from that like crazy like high note to very low notes. So I personally noticed that I was having a tiny bit of trouble adjusting quickly enough to the bottom of the low register right after screaming the high D out. So we are going to move on to the second articulation to try and, you know, see, but we'll continue to like explore this concept of like adjusting, relaxing my lower lip, etc., like resonating the note down and very forward just behind my lower lip as opposed to high up. So lots of things to think about. So that's what we're doing right now. Flute enthusiast. Oh, Felicia, hello. I'm so glad that you can join us live today. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. The bifocal struggle is real. So flute enthusiast, you wear contacts and readers for music. That's what works best for you. Yeah, so while we're on the topic, my mom has 3 pairs of glasses. So she has one for looking at things far away. She has one for reading close up, like on a phone or a book. And then she has another, which is kind of like a mid-range, which is for reading on the computer and reading music, because you read both approximately from the same distance. So that's how my mom does it. She actually has music reading glasses, which are like for that like perfect distance. Oh man. Hi Victor, welcome back to the stream. All right, here we go. Oh, for anyone who's following along, I'm now going to slur in groups of 2, slurring from the bass note to the changing notes. All right, I know what I have to do, but those low notes are just not settling today. I know what I have to do though, but it's like so much effort to do it. So I'm gonna guess that they're gonna settle by tomorrow, but it's nice to hear that my high notes are really settling. That has been taking quite a few weeks to really settle, but we getting there. So I am okay with that. Blue Moon, you also have the glasses thing. Go Sabra, hello and welcome to the stream. You also have music reading glasses. I love that we happened upon this topic. This is fantastic. Beth, thank you so much for bringing that up. Your music reading glasses, Go Sabra, also makes it hard to discern the conductor glaring at you in rehearsals. Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so tomorrow we will do this on the third articulation, which is slurring from the changing note down to the bass note. But we are done for that for today. Let's move on to a little bit of circular breathing. I don't want to do too much, but you know, I got to touch on it a little bit every day. So gonna blow on my hand first to test my airstream. Okay, we're getting a little better with not plugging. I only plugged the back of my nose once right at the beginning, and then I didn't afterwards. So we're going to count that as a success. Going to try it on the flute and see what happens. Oh. I forgot to move our little highlight here down to circular breathing is what we're doing. Okay. So I'm taking that. Good enough for today. Good enough for today. I love how you guys are sharing about the music being in focus, but the conductor is blurry. I wonder if like, is it a thing like to request that the conductor makes larger motions so that you can see? Like, I wonder if that's something I think that's something you can request, you know? Conductor is blurry. All right, we are doing half scales in fourths in the Marcel Moyse 480 exercises. We are doing number 91. So it looks like we are in good old F sharp major. So this is going to be fun. This is probably going to be a bit of a long one, so I'm just going to jump right into it, but you guys have fun chatting. Okay. I'm okay with this. I'm going to take a short swabbing break and water break. Thank you, Victor. So Blue Moon, you can see the conducting, but maybe can't see if he's making a face about something. That's perfect. Okay, flute enthusiast. So your conductor wants eye contact. So as long as you glance over your glasses once in a while. Okay, that sounds good. Not that you can make out what he's like, what his facial expression is, but at least he can see that your eyes are flicking up to him, right? Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. So Go Sabra, your conductor tends to flap pretty big. That's perfect. That's perfect. I love it. Okay. Water. Wait, we're going to do everything we did 1 octave higher. We'll take that one too. So I am finding that I'm having a tiny bit of trouble making the transition into the the lower lip placement and the resonance placement into the high notes. Like when I switch from like quite a large interval lower in the middle register up into those high register notes, I think that switch is a little bit like I'm not used to it yet. So I have to like I don't know if you guys heard me kind of going back and forth a little bit, trying to get a feel of that, like what is the switch that I need to make. Copano, welcome back. Nathan, welcome back. Christine, hi. You think conductors like knowing somebody is paying attention? Yes. Partially it's so that they know that you are reliable. That's the thing. Again, it's only the three things. My professors told me that you need as a musician, if you are going into becoming a professional musician, you only need three things, which is competency, reliability, and friendliness. That's it. So it's a reliability factor there. They want to know that they can rely on you. So if you give them eye contact, then, you know, they will feel that they can put their trust in you. Yeah. Go Saber, thank you so much. I still feel like it can be a little bit better, but you know, still getting used to some stuff. Yeah. Right? Right, Christine? Okay. Took a little bit of a break, swabbed out again. We are now going to go 3 more of these little blips that we're doing. 2 octaves higher. Yay! Okay. That one more time, just because of the fingering. Woo! All right, we got it by the end. Woo! Yes, a little bit of torture, but part of the trick is to not think of it as torture. You know, it's a lot of it is psychological and completely mental. If you really think about it, it's just that our air pressure is higher. You do need to do a little manipulation with your lip and with where you're resonating in your mouth. But as weird as the fingerings are, your fingers are mostly just going up and down, like weird combinations, but only going up and down and a tiny bit of side to side. So like in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad, but you have to convince yourself that it's not that bad. Yeah, so weirdly enough, one trick to getting these very gnarly fingerings down is to tell yourself that it is not torture. It's kind of weird. Okay, last one. Oh, wrong note. Okay. I need to do slightly different fingerings to pull this off, just because of the finger combos that are happening here. We take it. We take it. Yes, exactly, Susie. Mind games with ourselves. Definitely mind games. Because, like, if you tell yourself it's torture, it's going to be a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's how powerful our minds are. So if you tell yourself it's torture, it's gonna be torture. Whereas you have more of a chance of, you know, really kind of like pushing through and getting it under your fingers and comfortable if you don't give yourself that self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. Is it an interesting challenge or torture? Exactly. Because the interesting challenge, like if you reframe it that way, it makes you a little bit excited. To at least me. I think we can all agree here. I mean, you guys are here literally watching me practice. Okay. I think we as musicians take quite a bit of masochistic joy in conquering these challenges. We love the process of challenge, of like doing the challenge, of conquering the challenge, right? So, you know, if you're going to think of it as just straight up torture, there is none of that masochistic joy in there, right? So it's all about kind of how you reframe it. Yeah. To arthritis prevention. Oh, you guys are great. Okay. Let's see. Now let us see what we are going to do tomorrow. So 224 is what we're going to do tomorrow. Let me update this in our practice checklist here, which, by the way, for anyone who needs it written out somewhere that it can be read out to you, instead of just looking at the screen here, it is in the video description below. You can see what today's practice checklist is. Okay, so now we will head on over to the Moyse. We're still drilling the development. Let's see where we last left off. We last left off at the top, so I'm assuming that we are going to go forwards. So a quick tip for anyone who is doing the type of drilling and repetition that I am doing right now, where you're just drilling the same thing over and over and over every single day. Mix up the order in which you are doing, in which you are drilling the certain sections or phrases that you're drilling. This will trick your brain into thinking you are doing something different every day, even though you're actually repeating the same exact things every day. The fastest way to burn yourself out, especially when you have to do drills, is to do it in the same exact way, in the same exact order, the same exact material every single day. Your brain is just going to shut off and actually just like reject the muscle memory work. So at least that is what happens to me. So the way that I get around it is by, because for this week, I think part of last week, if not all of last week, I have been just drilling through the Ibert third movement development section. And so on one day I will go forwards, and then on another day I will go backwards. So yes, autopilot bad, exactly. Because the autopilot will really just shuts your brain off. Your brain just turns off, stops thinking about anything, and you won't really get much done. Your brain will not be open and receptive to learning, which is what you are doing when you are practicing. So you are learning. But anyway, so this is why I said that today we are going in order. We are going forwards today. So let's start with the first section, and then we'll take it from there. So here we go. Okay, I did swab, very good. I'm just going to take a little drink of water. Okay, here we go. Okay. I do want to kind of review what I just did. So I started to overthink the first bit that goes really fast. So it repeats 3 times the same motif. So I overthought it on the third one and then kind of tripped myself up. So I think I need to think of that part with a little bit of a slower attitude. Think of it in slow-mo. And I need to be a little bit more conscious about the weight of my fingers when I do those fast parts. So I think I can go a little bit lighter. The fingerings are really weird though. So I think what I will do is focus on using my right index finger as a stabilizer. But all the other fingers need to be really light. So we're gonna try that and see what happens. How long have I been working on the Ibert? I think it's something like 4 years, something like that. 4 years, 5 years, something like that, give or take. I took like a 6-month break when John's skin blew up. I took another almost 6-month break in the second half of 2023. So it's like 4-ish years, give or take, something like that. Rogue, how are you doing? Yes, Copano. Scales and arpeggios are, wow, I cannot speak. Arpeggios are not torture. I also used to think of them as torture, and therefore I tortured myself. You know, so I've only really like repaired my relationship with technique, with scales, with arpeggios, really only within the last few years. So now I actually enjoy it, but I never thought I'd be that type of person who would enjoy it. So tired, but not bad. Had an interesting experience in the gym yesterday, specifically in the Discord. Fantastic. Thank you for story time. So anyone who wants to read Asa McQueen's gym story, head on over to our Discord, which, by the way, just in case you guys don't know, the Discord is not run by me. The Discord is run by you guys. You guys made your own Discord. You guys are doing your own thing, you know, just making your own community, and it makes me super happy. So just so you know, I don't run it. I don't own it. I'm just there. So, okay. Let's keep doing this. Second time. Okay, not bad. Let's swab out again. By the way, speaking of swabs, have you guys seen the like ROI or ROI swabs? The concept is really interesting. The Flute Center sells them, and what it looks like is like this felt part is like removable, but like the the rod has like it looks like a like corkscrew-ish, so I guess that's what grips on to the sleeve. But apparently you can just clean, like when you wash it, you can just wash the felt sleeve. It's interesting. I just saw it the other day and I was like, I wonder how that works. I might do a review on it someday. Okay. Okay, maybe I shouldn't read the chat while I'm actively playing, but you know, that's not bad. I do think that today I'm having a little bit of like a more of a struggle to play the fast notes with a slow attitude. Like I really feel like I have to like really rein myself back in. But we'll leave that. That was pretty good. So Henry, thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you and welcome to the stream. So Deanna, I always imagine a scene from the very old black and white Wuthering Heights. Oh, I love the book. Oh, I love the book so much. Where the lady is in the attic window. Yes, it has that kind of like, you know, creepy, ghostly quality to this, isn't it? Yeah. Key of D flat. Struggling to learn the key signature. Okay. I will tell you how I think of it. I do not guarantee that it's going to make your life better, but I think of it as the opposite of D major. So you know how D major, it's a F sharp and C sharp, right? So in D flat, it's F natural and C natural and everything else is flat. So I don't know, but somehow that works a little bit better in my brain, and it's not quite so like crazy. So hopefully that helps. I don't promise. I know that everyone's brains works a little differently. Okay. All right, so right there, I think my tongue is too far forward on the high A. So am I at a stage where I know the notes? Yes. So technically speaking, I do have this memorized. It's just that while I'm drilling it, I'm choosing to like at least like have the music in front of me. I am reading the music, but am I reading truly every single note? No, I'm not reading every single note. I'm sort of reading like the first note of like, you know, a run, top note of the run. Like I'm not reading every single note here. But yeah, good question though. Okay, so something weird happened there where for the first time, I actually need to focus more on the second grouping after the top three notes. Um, okay, that's interesting. Am I going to perform this anytime soon? There are no plans to. This has just been my personal project to conquer. Like we're actually just talking about this earlier in the stream. Like, do you think of it as an interesting challenge or do you think of it as torture? And to me, this piece is an interesting challenge. It you know forces me to fix a lot of things in how I play. You know, it challenges me in a way that many other pieces don't. So yeah, I'm using it as a sort of like a means to improve myself. Maybe one day I might perform it, but right now there are no plans. Yeah, but thank you for thinking that I can. That's really kind. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So a new problem actually arose, which means that I've done some fixing of other parts. So this is what happens a lot is that you'll iron out one part and then another part will get kind of wrinkled. So like a part before that wasn't wrinkled before. It's very normal. So that was an interesting thing I had to fix there. Okay, last bit. Okay, pretty good. I did overthink one part again in that faster part, so I just need to kind of, again, slow attitude. I definitely am having a little bit of a problem with like really thinking in slow-mo today. That's okay. Yeah, it's date night. It's okay. All right, last time. Okay. I do. Thank you so much, Christine. That's so nice of you to say. And good night, Deanna. Thank you so much for joining us. I do want to, even though I only have a minute left, I really need to do that downward fast section again a few times. Okay, I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong. I'm reaching. I'm doing that thing where I'm reaching. So let's do one more time, one more day of drilling this tomorrow, and then we'll have a nice, like, clean start on the recapitulation on Monday. Now, I know I'm going over time a little bit, but I do kind of want to end off today's practice stream with my something fun, which is tunes from the video game Genshin Impact, which I play every single day. It's fun. It's wonderful. The music is gorgeous. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit of Rapid as Wildfires and then close off with La Galette. So this first one is battle music. And it is originally played by the Shanghai Symphony, which I believe this particular track has a mixture of traditional Chinese instruments with a Western orchestra, so a Western style orchestra. And it is really fantastic and amazing. So, okay, I just want to do the end again. All good, Lemonade. How are you doing? Okay, I do want to do that a little bit more again because I think I'm still tonguing too far forward for those high A's. Okay, I think I'm tired. So we're just gonna leave that. And we'll end off with a beautiful tune, La Galette. This one, the original track, has a singer singing it in French. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous song. How are you, Lemonade? Okay. Where do you find the Genshin music? So I am reading off of a fan transcription off of MuseScore. So that's part of the reason why I have written it out for you. So in case you want to go look up some fan transcriptions, there's a lot of them. So you can just kind of see which one floats your boat. Yeah, just look up Lava Galette and you will find it. Gorgeous, gorgeous tune. Okay, I do need to clean up. So I will switch us back to this screen with my desk cam on. Oh, thank you, Christine. Thank you, thank you. I really love this song. My goodness. It's holds a lot of emotion, and it's a great way for me to get a little bit of catharsis, you know, kind of regularly. You know, considering how tough some moments can be with, you know, life, John's TSW. It's just really nice to get that emotional outlet that I feel I don't really get in other ways. So yeah, it always feels really good. One of the reasons why I actually started like kind of attaching my little like fun pieces to do at the end of my practice streams is because I do notice that I actually play differently, and like physically I hold myself a little bit differently, or at least I tend to. And it's better. It's better for my tone. It's better for my posture. And I like to kind of put it right next to me playing the Ibert, because it can help me figure out, you know, what I might be doing physically on the Ibert that might not be really helping me. So just kind of gives me a little bit to think about after I end a practice session. Ideally, a good practice session will make me still think about what I was doing in a nerdy, fun way. So not in like a beat yourself up kind of way, but like in a nerdy, fun way. It makes me kind of like think like in the shower, like, you know, I did this in the Genshin music. Maybe I can do that in the Ibert, you know? I find that the most successful practice sessions are the ones that make me think afterwards. And, you know, because I think a lot of us think of successful practice sessions as, I got it right. But that's not really the point of practicing. Well, it kind of is, but like the point of practicing is not to play perfectly every time. The point of practicing is to improve. And you can't really improve if you're not like thinking about what you're doing and becoming more aware, self-aware. So yeah, makes complete sense, right? Yeah, like, you know, if all your practice sessions are perfect, then why are you practicing? There's no point. So yeah, you know, I definitely did not think this way. I would say for most of my life, I only really started to like develop this way of thinking about practicing only within the last like 4 years. So basically in the time that I have been working on the Ibert, I have basically used the Ibert to fix and to heal my like mental and emotional relationship with practicing. It was really bad for a lot of my life. I would trace it back to probably my teen years or early teen years that I started to develop what I call practice anxiety. And it got so bad that I couldn't even take my flute out of its case. Even if I did want to practice, I just couldn't, because I was just this paralyzed with anxiety. And you know, like that's not a good place to be, but I stayed like that all the way through university, all the way through my master's. It got a little bit better in my master's, but not by much, I would say. I didn't really consciously work on this part of my my, I guess, my emotional and mental state. Like I didn't work on this until starting about four-ish years ago, something like that. So, you know, it's been quite the journey, but worth it. I do feel that I've been able to teach better this way. I've been able to make more genuine and authentic videos. Well, especially in the last month or so. Like I'm more true to myself. I don't try to be more than what I am, because I think when you're truly practicing in a way that like works really well for you, you can't lie to yourself. You have to be very true to yourself and very genuine, very authentic with yourself when you're practicing. Otherwise, you know, you're just lying to yourself the entire time, which is not what you want to do. So there you go. You can relate, but not on that level. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate, unfortunately. I think for me, I think it's still a miracle that I stayed with the flute, considering how paralyzing that anxiety was. And it went like well into my professional years. So I would say that, like, I think at the bottom of it, I still really love the flute. And I think that's why I kept with it, even though, you know, the practice anxiety caused me to lose my passion. I had to rekindle my passion for the flute. I had to rekindle my love for the flute. But it was hard. It was hard. Worth it though, because I'm in a great place now. I can actually enjoy the flute. I can actually use the flute as an escape. I can actually express myself now. And yeah, these were things that were really hard for me to do before this. So yeah, exactly. Being curious about your practice seems valuable. Exactly. You want to be constantly curious, constantly thinking about what you just did, becoming more self-aware. I am too. And I hope that, you know, these practice streams can help you guys, you know, who are going through something similar, like you, Lemonade. That I hope that you can, one, feel like you're not alone, and two, I hope that some of the concepts that I am sharing with what has helped me can help you. Now, I totally get it. I'm not you and you're not me. So there are some things that will only really work for me that may not work for you, and that's totally fine. I think really what I want these streams to be is like a source of inspiration and a source of, like, you know, if Joe can do it, you can do, you know, and you don't have to do everything the same as me. Totally fine. But I would love to just offer like an inspiration for like something that you can try for yourself, and then maybe that will lead you down the path you need to go to, you know, that will improve yourself and make your life better. So anyway, I'm done. So I will take my leave now. Thank you so much for joining. Take care of yourselves. Stay happy, healthy, safe, because there is no music without the musician. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I believe it is 11 a.m. Pacific. So see you guys. And also for those of you guys who are channel members, I do plan on releasing the edited review of the live stream I did on Tuesday, tomorrow morning. So channel members get it for 24-hour early access, and then everyone else gets it on Saturday. Okay, so look forward to that. I'll see you guys tomorrow regardless. Have a lovely evening, lovely day, wherever you are in the world, and stay awesome. All right, laters, guys. Bye.